Hello everyone, come along with us tonight as we make a very quick pizza, and the inspiration came from a Ann Arbor, Michigan cookbook.
Put your head on my shoulder, hold me in your arms, baby, squeeze me oh so tight.
Okay guys, so tonight from our Ann Arbor cookbook, tonight we're making pizza Konidista. I believe I'm pronouncing this right. This is the recipe. This recipe is coming from our very own. Give me one moment while I show you the front of the cookbook here. But this is where our inspiration came from. Okay, so the inspiration's coming from the Ann Arbor Cookings 2. Even though it's beat up, look at all that. This has been through some changes. 13 years in running. For those of you that aren't familiar, Ann Arbor is in Michigan. We are from Ypsilanti, Michigan, but Ann Arbor is the house of the big house. And we are on page 342. Look at that, y'all. This has some beatings. Alright? But when I woke up this morning and I told Tank, I'm like, you know what? My finger was right here. And we have goat cheese, so we're sheltering in place. We have spinach. It's canned spinach. It's not fresh. And we have sun-dried tomatoes. So we are making and attempting to make this mock a pizza recipe minus the pine nuts. We do not have the pine nuts. Okay? So come along with us on this journey and we will show you where we are. Okay, so as we talk dough or crust, this is a recipe from Dine on a Dime, but I pretty much call it Tank's signature go-to recipe for the dough, for the pizza crust. This pizza crust she has broke down into 3 formations of the size you see. One is for the children. They will not touch the one we're having because it has bacon and it has goat cheese. The one Tank and I are having, which is the, and if you all can correct us on the pronunciation, Konidista. All right. Tank has over here the crust prepared, which is thin. This is how we're rolling out, but we like this crust because it is so tasty. She puts oregano and all the pizza spices in it, and it's quite yummy. She is draining the spinach because, as I said, the original recipe calls for 1 10-inch pizza dough, 1 ounce of goat cheese. We have some cheese from our Gordon's haul that we're not eating quick enough, and we're sheltering in place. So we have some goat, garlic, and herb goat cheese. We're using that. Sun-dried tomatoes, we have those. Bacon, we have that. Dill, we have that as well. Mozzarella cheese, plenty of that. So we'll be back with you when we drain the spinach and start to top the pizza. Okay guys, so here's our homemade pizza crust, which 10 inches or not, it is what it is because we've been waiting for this to rise. And Tank's coming at it with our goat cheese, which was from our Gordon's haul that we're not eating quick enough. And as she's working it, the goat cheese is the hardest in the world to spread. So she's just like crumbling him as best she can, which is so yummy. We've been having them on Ritz crackers and regular crackers. But as I said, we're not eating it quick enough. And when my finger turned to this recipe, I was ready to go. And bless Tank for attempting to do her very best at spreading goat cheese. If any of you have worked with goat cheese, it's notorious for, it's not spreading. It's more or less, in my opinion, best crumbled.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to finish crumbling the goat cheese, and we're going to come back with the sun-dried tomatoes, guys. And This particular recipe calls for 1 ounce of goat cheese. And this is 4 ounces.
You didn't even use the whole 4.
So we're not going to use the whole 4. All right. We'll come at you when we start. Oh, she's already out. So Tank has sun-dried tomatoes, which we got from Gordon's. It's so humbling and nice to be able to utilize these ingredients. I thought the sun-dried tomatoes were going to go well in a salad or something like that. I never dreamt in a million years that we'd be topping a pizza with them. All right. So we'll come back at you when we have the rest of the pizza topped with the sun-dried tomatoes. So this is what it looks like with the sun-dried tomatoes. We put those in the fridge. The original recipe, we have this dill, which is old school. We got him from back in the day, but it's dill seeds. It's not dill, but we're going to roll with some of him. Tank's coming at the pizza with some pieces of bacon, which the original recipe calls for 4 slices of bacon. But we're going to stretch this bacon out. Meat is hard to come by. So we're going to let Tank top this with bacon. I'm so sad we don't have the pine nuts. I wonder what it would taste like with the pine nuts. But this is what we have, and this is what we're doing. We'll be back at you with the next topping. Okay, guys, so this is about to go in the oven. We got the oven set on 400. Tanks come at this with spinach. We have the bacon. We opted to dollop some sauce on there with the sun-dried tomatoes and the goat cheese. We're going to get this in the oven and show you what it looks like when it comes out. All right? It's been a long evening. So, Tank's going to come at him with some mozzarella cheese, because we want a little bit more cheese in our life. And the original recipe calls for pine nuts, which we don't have. And then some dill, fresh dill. We're going to throw a few dill seeds on here. And we'll show you guys what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Very quick. This is an awesome pizza. Very fresh ingredients. Everything we had at home. The dough was homemade. And took you how long to make, Tank?
I think the longest part was the dough.
The longest part for Tank was the dough, because the dough was homemade, guys. All right, guys, so this is fresh out of the oven. As you can see, look at the little pieces of dill. Yum, yum, yum. We're going to give it a try, but this is our homemade pizza Konidista. I can't pronounce this right. But this is from our Ann Arbor cookbook. And this is homemade crust from Tank. This is not fresh spinach, what the recipe calls for, but canned spinach, goat cheese, sun-dried tomatoes, mozzarella, and we dolloped, and bacon, and we dolloped some sauce in between.
Yes, we did.
So, thank you guys for watching, hanging in there. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace. Love y'all. Really quick, guys. I wanted to share with you what a slice looks like. This is a slice in all its glory with the bacon, the dill, the spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, and the goat cheese. Amazing. And everything aside from the dough. This did not take a long time to make at all. So we hope that you try it. Leave us comments below. And peace. And bon appetit to us.